Hey everybody, my name is Kane. This is my podcast, King Moolah TV. Second episode. Oh, it's got to be a doozy. Maybe a little controversial, but I digress. No, I'm kidding. This is probably one of the biggest controversial topics in this country, the US of A. Whether for or against, I like to see both sides. I like to get both perspectives in there and to see what can really be done. And we all know, well, at least for me, I know, nothing's really going to benefit the people who are, never mind. I don't even want to say it right now. Anyways, we're going to be talking about abortion. Abortion. Okay? So, abort. Yeah, that's what we got to do. Abortion is the very hot topic. It was like the biggest topic last month or earlier this month. I think it was earlier. Yes, absolutely earlier this month. Yeah. Things pass by. The weeks pass by so fast, and it's about to be June, and I'm just like, wait, when did this happen? Things are just starting to clump together. All of this could have just happened in 1 month, and I was just like, wow. Okay. But enough about that. But yeah, abortion is the hottest topic. At least one of the hottest topics right now. Roe versus Wade is currently about to be reviewed and repealed. That's the big fuss that's going around right now. I still think it's a rumor kind of ish because it was an official leak, but I guess that's just how that's gonna be. For any reason, I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. Let me stop with the cap. I do know. I do. Okay. So we're just gonna get into that. Both perspectives, see why it is the way it is, maybe a little history into that. I'm not going to really bring much facts and all that. I'm mostly just bringing insight. Okay, I'm not really going to go hard on facts, but I'm just going to bring insight. But a lot of the insight will be fact-based, so stay with me. All right? And some of it will just be from my perspective. That's it. All right. So what we got to start with is, am I for or against? I'm neither. Okay. I'm neither. Okay. Women can do what they want their bodies. That's true. But I'd often would rather them make a better decision of not having sex at all. Okay. Be celibate. Okay. Because there's no reason for you to have children right now. Not in the state that we're in. Okay. For one, right now, it's terrible right now. Gas price is too high. And currently, we're in a national shortage of baby formula. So if that doesn't make you not want to have kids, I don't know what will. I surely don't want to have kids. In this type of economy right now, absolutely not. No, there's just no way. I'm going to use every contraceptive known to man to prevent that from me having a child, to bring the child in this economy right now. Absolutely not. Okay. I guess my first point is going to be contraceptives. Okay. Contraceptives are available. Many of them are available. Now I know there's some states that are trying to ban some contraceptives like condoms and stuff like that, which that is absolutely crazy, but you got to understand where we live in. If you live in America, yeah, that's just how it goes. Okay. People, they like to mess with people's rights and liberties and all that. To basic necessities of our life has always been thrown around in politics. It should not be a thing, but it's a thing because it's this country. This country is just full of it. It's full of not really caring about its citizens, at all. Especially the working class. They do not care about the working class. The rich, The elites, the well-off, well-off, multimillionaire, billionaire type, they care about those people. They care about entertainment and sports, but not the social welfare of the people, not the common good of the people, not the basic necessities of the people. No way, not at all, not a chance. Not a chance, especially black people. Yep, I took it there. Especially black people. We do not have that much access to medical supplies and all that kind of stuff. We stay in food deserts. A lot of us do. A lot of us have to live paycheck by paycheck. A lot of us have to, do what we can to try to survive. But, and that's been our current dilemma for decades to years to centuries, all the way back to slavery. Absolutely, I will bring up slavery, but this is not about slavery. This is about the country. The way this country moves, they don't care about their citizens. Okay, they don't care about minorities. They don't care about, they don't care about the common, every average working person. That's the problem that people don't see. And they continuously do the things that aren't actually going to bring forth actual change and actually press these people from ever messing with their basic necessities to live, or their basic rights, not to mess with them, not to play with them. A lot of this goes under slippery slope when falling under the legal system, because it's a lot of, there's federal laws, then you got the state laws, then you got the local laws. It's a big mess, and it's a big system that's just corrupted from top to bottom. And you just have to, in order to get rid of all that, you got to replace it with a new system that is somewhat familiar, but somewhat that's going to actually do something that's going to keep people from suffering and trying to live paycheck to paycheck, and where this is less sustainable. And this economic castration of the economy, the U.S. economy, on its citizens is just too much to bear. And I think they're really pushing, they're seeing how much money they can milk out of you while you trying to barely keep your head above water. You're drowning, and they just keep, and they are the ones pushing you down to drown. But some people don't see that. So I don't know. Boy, did I get away from contraceptives. Yeah, condoms, I will be using them for as long as I do not want a child. I will be using them. Okay? Contraceptives, I will be using them. Like, there's no point of me not using a condom. No point. There's no good enough reason for me not to use a condom. What? Because I want to feel. It feels 10 times better than having a condom on? Ugh, please. That feeling is trouble. That urge is trouble. Okay, stay away from those urges. Oh my gosh. That urge is trouble. I will make an episode about sex and our urges and how to control them, discipline and all that. But yeah, I am good. Male condom, female condom. I don't really want to use no birth control or no Plan B. Condoms are easy to use. They're the cheapest option that I know of. Well, they're not the cheapest, but they are definitely the cheapest option if you want to have sex. The cheapest option before that would be not to have sex and to remain celibate. But people, apparently they just can't seem to, they think sex is this amazing thing that's going to solve all their problems after doing it. No, that doesn't happen. Okay, but like I said, I wasn't gonna do a deep dive on sex. That's its own episode. With contraceptives, yeah, I will be using a condom for as long as I need to. Okay, as long as I need to. As long as I don't want no child, I don't want to bring forth no children here. Not at all. Not in this mess. Not in this economy. Absolutely not. There's no point. There's no good enough reason for me to bring a child right now. Not even in the next 5 years. I don't think so. Nope. Not at all. Do you understand? Not at all. There's no point. There's no point. Okay? Contraceptives. Oh, wow. I'm already messing it up. Oh, well. Contraceptives are your friend. Contraceptives prevent you from saying oops or being late on your period. Ladies, fellas, put on that condom. Please put on that condom. Stop listening to these people saying that about, oh, it feels 1,000 times better without the condom off. No. Well, you know what feels 1,000 times better? Not having a child and not having to focus all of my time and energy on that child, raising that child in an unstable environment and being unstable yourself and unfit to be a parent. Nope. And your pockets will be thin. They'll be thin. They'll be gasping for air. 200K. And that's without all the special things that you do to make a child excel. That's 200K minimum from raising a child from 0 to 18. Okay, 18 years, 200K. That's just the minimum. And parents that put their children through all these extracurricular activities, it costs a lot more. That adds up. It really does adds up. Clothes, baby formula, all that adds up. Contraceptives are your friend. That's the point. Contraceptives are your friend. Now, next point. Woo-wee. This is a doozy. This is a favorite point that feminists like to bring up. I don't know why. Because they kind of oversimplify this process. But they would hate when we oversimplify the process that refers to them. And what I am speaking about, you guys, is vasectomies, okay? Now, I know there's they think, now it is a problem. White men or the white patriarchy, the white dominant society are doing this to all women, but mainly whites. But, no, I'm just kidding. All women. Yeah, it's that they're deciding on their bodies like that. But it's just makes no sense that you just come after all these other guys, come after everybody else. They come after all men. That's the problem I have with you guys. Why y'all come after all men? That don't make no sense. We're not the one making these laws. We're not the one doing this. It's the people, and it's not only men. It's not only white men that's doing that. There's some white women in there that's pro-life as well. Pro-life is. Oh yeah, I seen that. I was reading up on that. I was like, wow. Okay. So you can't just blame those white men. You got to blame some of the white women too. You know, those white politicians. I'm gonna just put it like that. Those white politicians, boy, something else. But like I said, vasectomies are something that feminists like to bring up when they say, oh, if men could get pregnant, they'd have all types of contraceptives and available medical supplies to prevent being pregnant available. I don't know about that, but they can continue with that. That's not the point. The vasectomy part is that gets me. Like, they think a vasectomy is a very simple surgery. And if a guy told them to get their tubes tied, they'd feel very offended. I'm telling you, as a guy, I'm not offended by it, but I'm just kind of going to look at you kind of like you're very ignorant. Because, for one, vasectomies is not a simple procedure at all. Like, it may be explained. You could probably look up an article on how they do it, but it's not a simple thing. It's not a simple procedure at all. It's a medical procedure on your reproductive system. Okay? Same thing as a woman getting her tubes tied. That's not no simple procedure. You can't just call it simple just because we're guys, and you think just because we think simple. Like, y'all try to mimic, y'all try to say, like, y'all try to make it, you guys try to jumble up these things together, like our behavior matches our reproductive system. That doesn't make any sense. Okay? That really doesn't make any sense. There's no correlation in that. You can't just compare. Well, not even compare. You can't even just say that just because this person or this man acts this way, that means, or actually in general, if men act this way, then doing a medically hard procedure, surgery, is just as easy. Like, y'all, this is the talking points that they come off of. This is how they make it. They oversimplify this procedure too much, and I don't like it. It doesn't make any sense. It's a medical procedure, and that takes time, because if one wrong move, you don't know what is the side effects, the risk is. None of them bring up the risk. None of them they love, but this is what they do bring up. They said if they get a vasectomy, all they have to do is, when they want to have a child, reverse the vasectomy. Well, let me tell you something. I've been looking into this. Vasectomies. Let me get off this one. Let me go. I looked this up, and I was like, okay, so this is what this article says from Healthline. Vasectomies may be reversible up to 20 years or longer after initial procedure. But, pay attention to that, but the longer you wait to reverse a vasectomy, the less likely you'll be able to have a child after the procedure. Look at that. That shows you that this procedure is not as simple as feminists claim. A lot of talking points that they make online to make it seem like it's super simple to do, and it's super simple to change back, like it's like a flip of a switch. No, it was never that simple. And you know why? Because it never is that simple when it comes to surgery. Never is. Okay? Even if they wanted to have a vasectomy, their age, their fertility, and the risk that comes with these things are all factors into where this will become successful or not. The surgery will not be successful. It can or cannot be successful. I mean, it may or may not be successful. Okay, because I don't get why they say things like this and then they think they could just get away with it. I don't understand. This is not how things work. Things are way more complicated than they seem. Okay, these procedures are way more complicated than they seem. Like, even after vasectomy, look at this vasectomy. This is vasectomy reversal. Like, they don't even understand how long, like, a person, like, the man probably can't. It is said that the man should not have sex for a few weeks after the vasectomy reversal. The vasectomy reversal possibly takes longer than a vasectomy. This because there's additional steps involved in reattaching the two ends of the vas deferens to each other. And there can also be a risk because there are two main procedures that they would do. And if one of them doesn't work, the main procedure that the first choice that is performed, which is just taking the two ends of the vas deferens that were cut apart and then try to stitch them back together. If that doesn't work, then the surgeon has to do a different procedure of attaching the vas deferens to the epididymis. I think I said that right. Yeah. But if there's scar tissue, which is very likely to happen when you go around playing and snipping things that should not really be snipped. I don't think they should. I know my thing not being snipped. If the man wants to do it, okay, that's his choice. But yeah, these are the risks. These are the risks that comes with these things. It's amazing to me how much information is out there from them to research that to actually make a good point, but they end up skipping out all of that. Now look at this. Your chances of getting your partner pregnant after reversing vasectomy can range from 30 to 70%. Not even 30 to 90%. Not even 30 to 95%. 30 to 70%. That's not a good range, man. That is a terrible range, actually. Because that's 70% right there. There's a good chance that you can't get your wife pregnant, man. You can't get your wife pregnant. That's kind of, no, that's a bit scary right there. I do not want that. The chances may be increased significantly after having the procedure done, but it all depends. It truly all depends. And that is the scary part. And that's why contraceptives should be number one on everybody's list. It should be. But if it isn't, well, then y'all have to deal with the consequences and repercussions, okay? Now let's go into this. I went to the link that provides a more educated response. This is from the University of Iowa, hospitals and clinics. Let's go. Now I want to see, it takes approximately 3 to 4 hours to perform the surgery. That's a long time. The recovery rate is variable and can take anywhere from 5 to 14 days. Okay, so up to 2 weeks. That's what they're saying. But they say also we recommend avoiding heavy lifting and sexual intercourse during the first 4 weeks after the surgery. So for the first month, you can't be you can't go to the gym, and you cannot go, having sex. It's that simple. You can't be having sex. That's crazy. It's ludicrous. You can start, you could rupture something down there. Man. Oh, man. The pain, too? The pain? Oh, man. As a guy, I know I do not like having pain down there in my groin. Absolutely not. It gives you the worst pain. And now doing something like that, I cannot imagine the type of pain that a man has to go through when he does that. And I don't want to, honestly, because that is ridiculous. Nope, not for me. Not at all. Okay? And it's just ridiculous. I don't know. And you also had to pay attention to the surgeon. Like, if their skill level is low, you, my friend, are in trouble. That is another factor that you must consider if you're actually going to get a vasectomy. Or if you already got a vasectomy reversal. It's wild. The side effects of a vasectomy reversal: swelling, pain, or bruising. Yeah. Ouch. Bruising. I think I've been bruised before, and I did not like it because it does hurt. It really does hurt. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. Getting return of sperm into the ejaculate does not guarantee pregnancy. Wow. Yeah, that's what I was saying with the 30 to 70%. That is absolutely bonkers right there, and that's scary. Because why would you want to do something like this? So, like I said before, vasectomies are not a good option for men. That's just how I feel about it. It's not that good of an option. Okay? The best thing, and here's my last point: accountability. Oh, I know some people who's ever gonna listen to this are shaking right now. Mainly women, but yeah, there's some social media memes that you would see that a lot of women do not take accountability for anything that would be their fault. Especially when it involves them being in a relationship with a man, because it's always apparently the man's fault. No accountability for the women. Yeah, that's dead. I don't like women with no accountability. That's disgusting. They're disgusting and they're weird. Now, accountability. We have to take accountability of how much sex we are having. Okay? Sex is not that great. Okay? It's not that good. It feels good for a moment. Sure. But it's not that great. Not at the cost of $200K. Not at the cost of you losing your time and energy to raise a child in this terrible economic situation in the U.S. Okay? The U.S. is on fire right now with all these topics, these absolutely terrible things that are happening in the country right now. And people don't seem to see it. They're just going to keep complaining, and then guess what? Back to your scheduled programming. These things die down pretty easily, and then people forget, like, wow, yeah, the government did do that. Or they just have it in social conversation. Yeah, the government did do that. Yeah. Or it's just another Twitter debate, and it's just like people yelling back at each other and not listening and understanding or try to do something about it, trying to create opportunities to work together. No, nothing like that. That would be too hard. That would be them taking accountability for themselves and for their environment in their areas, their local areas, and then make, support groups, outreach programs, taking care of each other. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody, it's all about me. And ironically, it's about not them as well. Like, it's about them, but then it's not about them. It doesn't make any sense. If it's about you, it's about helping women. You gotta be able to work with different perspectives and opinions, even if you don't particularly agree with it. Even if you're, excuse me, even if you're for or against. There's some middle line in here where people can work together to make sure that these things can be protected. These basic necessities can be protected. I don't think abortion is a great option, especially since there are contraceptives and everybody can keep their legs closed. Like, it's not a hard thing to do. But abortion, of course, if it's rape or incest, yes, absolutely, 100%. I can't really combat that, because that's something that shouldn't have happened, but it happened, and they should not have to raise a child that came from a horrific acts like that, incest, ugh. Sweet Home Alabama, disgusting. Or rape, and that's horrible. Okay, so accountability. People have to be more accountable and stop having sex. I mean, it's not hard. It really isn't, man. Just focus on, being a better person, helping out your community, I mean, abortion wouldn't have really been much of a thing if people would keep their legs closed and stop sleeping around. This is hookup culture blended in with not being immature or unfit to be parents. Like, it doesn't make any sense for you to have sex with all these contraceptives around and then not want to keep the baby like 20 weeks later. Doesn't make any sense. You got plan B that's 72 hours before you miss the mark, and then lo and behold, you'll be having a child. You got all these options, birth control and stuff like that. You have the option of being celibate. You have the option of not having sex of telling them you don't want to have sex. Like, and if they get mad or something like that, well, that's them. They'd have to respect it. Either way, they just have to respect it. Respect it for what it is. You people need to stop having so much sex. It's not productive in this society. You gotta slow down. Have your babies later when you are ready. When you're ready, when you got just a stable income, you got a stable mindset. You know, you have the time and the energy to raise another human being, to bring another human being into this world. That's the accountability that you should seek. Take accountable for your actions. Be accountable, please. There's no reason for you to just act out or just want to not feel pain. Pain is everywhere, okay? This country's on fire. This world is on fire, actually. But pain is everywhere, and some pain is good pain. Some pain can help you understand what pain, like the type of pain that can get you through your problems. Some people don't see it like that. Some people are just so focused on the feeling of pain rather than recognizing the pain as something that you have to get through in order to make your life better. You got to be accountable for your actions, y'all. Abortion, for abortion, or against abortion, be held accountable for your actions. Okay, you're participating, there we go, participating in sexual activities in an act that helps bring forth life. Procreation. That is a thing. That's how we all got here. Whether through love, by mistake, or whatever the reason or the case may be, we're here, and it's our job and our responsibility to make sure we're not bringing more children into unfit situations, into broken homes, into unstable livelihoods, into this unstable, this unforgiving world. The world does not care. The world will continue to move on. We can move as a race. We just got to set back not having kids maybe for a few years. You know? Baby formula shortage, that's terrible. Come on. We got to do better. We need to do better in order to do better. I'm just playing. In order to sustain life here on Earth. Everybody keeps talking about it keeps getting worse. Yes, it is, because everybody's chanting it. Everybody's chanting it's going to get worse before it gets better. Well, when does it get better? When do you guys start chanting it for it to get better? We need to be held accountable on our words too. We got to make sure it gets better. All right? And that's all I got to say on this, okay? Abortion, for abortion, against abortion. Like I told y'all before, I'm neither. I'm just bringing both perspectives into this. I understand the people who need to take the abortions, like I said, because of rape and incest. And I understand the people against abortion because they think that is taking away life. And it is, to a degree. Absolutely. Especially when they're weeks old. Weeks into the process of pregnancy. Absolutely. 100%. So I understand both perspectives. I understand the debates. I understand. But, like I said, hold each other accountable for our actions. It doesn't make any sense to be having sex right now. Let's push it a few years back so we can make this life a lot more sustainable. Focus on the issues at hand and make this life a lot more sustainable. Thank you all for listening. Hope you guys have a great day, night, whenever you are listening to this. I'll see you guys on the next episode. See ya.